Hello and welcome to another episode here on my channel. My name is ChaosMole and today we are talking about the official announcement that Netflix has joined the gaming industry. Now, as you might know, they have been announcing that they are trying to bring some games maybe to the Netflix app, some mobile games, some web games, something like that, like small fries, so to speak. But now Netflix has announced that they have bought the first big studio in the gaming industry, and it will not be the last. They have already told us that. Now, Night School is officially joining Netflix. If you're asking, Night School? Who the heck is that? I think the most known studios are Oxenfree, or games, not studios, is Oxenfree and After Party, which they released last year, and now they are working on Oxenfree 2. And they are saying that as of today, Night School Studio is joining the Netflix team. Over the last few months, we have had countless thoughtful chats about our respective visions for where we see games, storytelling, and our collective opportunity for positive impact somewhere in the middle. Night School wants to stretch our narrative and design inspiration across distinctive, original games with heart. Netflix gives film, TV, and now game makers an unprecedented canvas to create and deliver excellent entertainment to millions of people. Our explorations in narrative gameplay and Netflix track record of supporting diverse storytellers was such a natural pairing. It felt like both teams came to this conclusion instinctively. Of course, it is a surreal honor to be the first game studio to join Netflix. Not only do we get to keep doing what we do, how we like to do it, but we get a front row seat on the biggest entertainment platform in the world. The Netflix team has shown the utmost care for protecting our studio culture and creative vision. We'll keep making Oxenfree 2. We'll keep cooking up new game worlds. For now, there's a kaleidoscope of butterflies in our team's collective stomachs. Apparently, that's what you call a group of butterflies, because we truly believe we've got a chance to positively impact the way people discover, play, and share story games with each other. Let's go wherever we are going. So, this is very interesting, especially because a few months ago, a lot of people believe that the ambition of Netflix when it comes to gaming is more testing the waters. Like, it seems like a few years ago when they heard that Google is also joining the gaming industry, they're working on Stadia, and that's the next goal. They were much more aggressive, and then Stadia, well, became what it became, and Netflix seemed to be a little bit more careful about it. But that has now changed, especially with the acquisition of Night School, which, yes, is an indie developer, and all things considered, they're not a Bethesda or something like that, but they had their success games. I would say that Oxenfree is pretty well known for a lot of people. Oxenfree 2 will probably be a success, and even After Party was a fine game. I enjoyed it. So this is not a completely unknown studio which is just trying to test the waters or is trying to build something up new. This is a studio which actually released multiple games. And by the way, Oxenfree was not their first game. They made some other games as well. They made, let me see very quickly, Next Stop Nowhere, not played that, and Mr. Robot, I have also not played that. So can't really say anything about those two. But as you can see, they have already made 5 games, and Oxenfree was definitely a good one, and I enjoyed After Party for what it was. Absolutely. So to see that they are now with Netflix is very interesting indeed. I also wonder how they will manage going forward, not for the games which are already out, but definitely going forward for Oxenfree 2 and other games. Will they be Netflix exclusive? Is that what we are looking at soon? That Netflix will just buy some studios and some companies that they will make Netflix exclusive games, and what is to expect, right? Like, there are a lot of questions here, and I'm very curious to see if we are getting some answers. If you are hoping to hear anything interesting from the official Netflix website, I have to disappoint you. Like, they basically say the same thing. They tell you like who Night School Studio is, what Oxenfree is, and that they will continue to make amazing games. And they're also saying that these games will be included as part of our Netflix membership, all with no ads and no in-app purchases. Stay tuned for more. Now, could be interesting to see if they will like split up the Netflix subscription. Like, I wonder how they're doing it. If they have like the standard Netflix subscription, and then if they have Netflix Plus or something like that, where they will also add games to it. Because right now, from a pure money perspective, Netflix is spending a lot of money, but they're also making a lot of money, and it always works out of like that. Because they also have like a lot of cheap productions, which are still just making a lot of money for them, even though they were not very expensive to produce. And I'm really curious to see where they're going with this when it comes to gaming. Like, gaming is a little bit more expensive, right? And we have seen with Xbox Game Pass, which is similar to the whole idea of Netflix, that yeah, you have to invest a good chunk of money, but they are also asking a good chunk of money from the user base, between 10 and 13 to 15 bucks, depending on where you live. So it would be interesting to see if Netflix at some point says, okay, you want to experience the gaming experience, well, then you shell out another $5 or $10 or whatever they're going for. Like, I'm really curious to see what they're working on, and I assume that we will get more information the closer we are getting to the release of Oxenfree 2, which, to my knowledge, we do not have a release date yet. Yeah, like, they have only showed us one trailer, and the initial release date was still this year, but I will be honest, I think it's now 2022. Yeah, I think it's now 2022. There is a Steam page for it, which is rather interesting. So I wonder if they're going through with this. And we will also see how the gaming community takes this. Because I remember when Epic came around with their Epic Store, and people didn't take that lightly. Stadia was also not very much appreciated, to say the least. And I wonder what happens when games are moving to Netflix, how part of the gaming community will react to this. Like, I'm very curious if they should split it up. Maybe they're just saying, hey, if you still want to buy it, if you still want to own it yourself, you can still do that. You can still go to Steam and get it. But, or they could also say, nah, you know what? All those studios which are now working for Netflix, kiss your Steam games goodbye, and you have to get them on Netflix if you want to enjoy them. So we will see. We will see. I definitely keep you updated and posted in the future. So make sure that when you are on your way out, that you are clicking on the subscribe button and the bell icon, so that you can get informed when I have more gaming news for you, reaction videos for certain gaming events, tips and tricks for new games, and so on and so forth. And you all will find that on my channel. If you enjoyed this video and you also want to help me out a little bit, I would appreciate if you might consider to leave a like. If, well, you didn't like this video for whatever reason and you want to make that clear, then there's a dislike button right next to it, and you can also click on that if you so desire. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope I see you next time. Stay safe